You wake up with the lingering smile on your face, the remnants of a sweet dream still fresh in your mind. In the dream, Jungkook held you close, his eyes filled with warmth and love. You had spent the day together, talking romantically, shared tender moments that made your heart flutter. As you slowly come to your senses, you turn out to see Jungkook lying beside you, and reality crashes in. The smile fades from your lips as you remember that it was just a dream. Jungkook, once affectionate and loving demeanor, replaced by a cold and distant man now. The man who once showered you with love and attention, who would move mountains just to see you smile, is now buried under the weight of his office. You were longing for the times you shared. The absence of his affection feels like a void in your heart, and you can't help but miss the man he used to be. You missed the old Jungkook as you got up from bed. You found yourself unable to look away from him. He was sleeping so peacefully, his features soft and innocent. Why, Jungkook? Your voice barely audible. Why are you being so distant these days? Always buried in work. I'm missing my old cookie who loved me infinitely. A sad smile tugged at your lips as you moved closer to him. Gently you cupped his cheeks and placed a tender kiss on his forehead. I wish I could see my old cookie back soon. I'm waiting for it. Don't overwork yourself. You kissed him again, hoping he could feel the love you still held for him even in his sleep. You glanced at the clock and saw that it was time for Jungkook to wake up. Gently you nudged him, whispering, Jungkook, get up, it's time for the office. He slowly opened his eyes and nodded, his expression blank. You go and get ready. I will prepare breakfast, you said softly before heading to the kitchen. Moving around the kitchen, you busied yourself with making breakfast, trying to keep your mind off the distance between you two. When you finished, you set everything on the dining table ready to call Jungkook downstairs. Just as you were about to call out, you heard footsteps on the stairs. Jungkook was coming down, adjusting his watch and holding his office bag. He was clearly in a rush. Without a word, he headed straight for the door. Jungkook, breakfast is ready, eat and then go, you said, trying to stop him. Move, Ryan, I have to go, he replied curtly, not even looking at you. No, first you have your breakfast. I won't allow you to leave until then, you insisted, blocking his path. His frustration was palpable. Ryan, please move, I have to go. No, I won't, you said firmly, standing your ground. His patience snapped. Ryan, didn't I say that I don't want to eat? Let me go, he shouted, his harsh tone and intense gaze making you flinch. You bite your lip and looked down, too scared to talk back. Without another word, he grabbed his car keys and left, leaving you standing there alone, the sting of his words lingering in the air. You sat on the couch feeling a wave of sadness wash over you. Jungkook had never raised his voice at you before, and the sting of his shout lingered painfully. You replayed the moment in your mind, trying to understand. He must be in a rush, it's just office tension, you thought, attempting to console yourself. Meanwhile, at his office, Jungkook looked visibly frustrated and tense. The moment he entered his cabin, he called his secretary. Is everything ready? He asked as soon as his secretary appeared. Yes, sir, all the clients are on their way. Okay, inform me as soon as they arrive. Will do, sir, the secretary responded before leaving. Jungkook sat in his chair, the weight of the past few weeks pressing down on him. He had poured countless hours into preparing for this new project, a critical deal with another company. This project had consumed all his time and energy, making him distant and irritable. This morning had been especially stressful with the upcoming meeting, and despite knowing he had been harsh with you, his mind was too preoccupied with the weight of his responsibilities. At home, you sat on the couch and turned on the TV hoping a series might distract you. After a while, you got bored and switched to YouTube searching for some funny videos. As you scrolled, a video tilted, pranking my husband with divorce papers, caught your eye. Curiosity piqued, you clicked on it. The video was hilarious, the husband's reaction was over the top, and he ended up on his knees begging his wife. You couldn't help but laugh at the video. As the video ended, an idea popped in your head. What if I pranked Jungkook with divorce, you thought. Considering how distant and cold he had been lately, you wondered how he would react. Would he be indifferent, angry, or would he show a glimmer of the old Jungkook? You laughed at yourself imagining the scenario. Planning the prank occupied your mind, giving you a sense of excitement. You started thinking about the details, how to make it believable, when to do it, and what you would say. As the plan formed in your mind, you couldn't help but giggle at the thought of pulling this prank on Jungkook. At the office, Jungkook stood before a room full of clients, ready to present his project. He had spent countless hours perfecting every detail, and now it was time to showcase his hard work. With confidence, he began his presentation, outlining his plans and strategies. As he spoke, he noticed the clients nodding in approval, their expressions showing interest and satisfaction. When he finished, there was a brief silence before the room erupted in applause. The lead client stood up and said, "Mr. John, we are thoroughly impressed with your presentation. We are pleased to award you this project deal." Relief and happiness washed over Jungkook. All the long hours and sleepless nights had paid off. He thanked the clients, discussing further business details before they all left the meeting room. When Jungkook returned to his office cabin, he sank into his chair, closing his eyes in relief. The success of his presentation and securing the project deal had lifted a massive weight off his shoulders. But as he relaxed, a flash of the morning's incident with you intruded on his thoughts. He opened his eyes and muttered, "Ah, what did you do, Jungkook? You shouted at the love of your life. She must feel terrible. I have been so distant because of this project, but I never wanted to hurt her." Guilt groaned at him as he realized how his behavior had affected you. "I really love her so much. She must be feeling so sad about my behavior. I think she will understand why I was so stressed, but I still need to make it up to her. I need to show her how much she means to me, even if I was distant while working. She always cared about me and loved me. And what did I do this morning? I just shouted at her. What a jerk I am. I need to apologize to her and make things right." Determined, Jungkook began to think of ways to show you just how much he appreciated and loved you. He couldn't wait to get home and start making it up to you. At home that night, you sat on your bed thinking of how to prank Jungkook. Nervousness crept in. Ryan, you can do this. You cheat yourself on patting your shoulder for encouragement. Suddenly, you hear the front door open. Oh my god, he is here. You murmur, trying to calm yourself down. Calm down, Ryan, you can do it. Jungkook called your name as he entered the house, but you intentionally didn't respond. You could hear him coming upstairs, still calling for you. You took a deep breath as he entered the bedroom and spotted you. Ryan, you are here, he said, placing his bag aside and walking over to you. He sat down beside you, but you immediately got up. Seeing you stand, Jungkook got up as well, thinking you were still upset about the morning incident. Ryan, he began, but you cut him off. Jungkook, I need to tell you something, you said seriously, trying to maintain your composure. Jungkook looked at you. What is it, Ryan? I think we should get a divorce. For a moment there was silence. His eyes widened slightly and he stared at you as if trying to understand the depth of your words. What are you saying, Ryan? His voice was lacquered with disbelief and fear. You forced yourself to hold his gaze, though your heart was pounding in your chest. Because this marriage is making both of us miserable. We are living in the same house but acting like strangers. You are always so distant with me these days. Jungkook's jaw tightened and you could see the muscles in his neck tense. Ryan, I think you are saying this because of the morning incident, but trust me, I was just in a rush for the project. I'm sorry for shouting at you. This coldness between us isn't what I wanted. It was because of my work and the new project. I just got the deal today and now you want to leave me. The cold exterior he usually maintained was cracking and you saw glimpses of the man you had once loved. It gave you the courage to continue. I think it's for the best, moving away from each other's life. He took a step towards you, his eyes darkening with a mix of emotions. Do you even understand what you are saying? Do you realize what that would mean for us? You swallowed hard, nodding. I do, but I can't keep living like this, Jungkook. We can't keep hurting each other. For a moment he just stood there staring at you, then to your surprise his eyes were getting teary and he turned away, running a hand through his hair. You don't understand. I never wanted this distance between us. The sight of him like this made your heart ache, but you pushed the pain aside, continuing. I'm not saying this to hurt you, Jungkook. I just think it's the only way for both of us to find some peace. He turned back to you and a single tear escaped, trailing down his cheek. You were the one person I thought I could always trust, the one person I loved more than anything, and now you are telling me you want to walk away? Your own eyes filled with tears, but you blinked them back, trying to stay strong. I'm sorry, Jungkook, I should do this. He took a step closer, his hand reaching out to grasp your arm. Please don't do this, don't leave me. Jungkook's face crumpled as he fell to his knees, tears streaming down his cheeks. Seeing him so broken made your heart clench. You quickly kneeled beside him, wrapping him in a tight embrace. I'm sorry, baby. I'm really sorry, you said, your voice trembling. It was just a prank. Please don't cry. Jungkook pulled back slightly, looking into your eyes. What? You cupped his cheeks gently. Yes, baby, I did this because I wanted to see your reaction, and I needed to know if you still loved me and cared about me like you did in the past. His expression softened and he pulled you back into his arms, sobbing against your shoulder. Ryan, please don't do this again. You scared me. I thought I lost you. I do care about you. I was just distant because of my work on the new project, that's all. I love you very much now and always. You rubbed his back soothingly, trying to calm him. I'm sorry, Jungkook, please don't cry. You gently pulled him away and wiped away his tears. Jungkook took a deep breath and said, Today I got the deal I was waiting for. Now that I am free, I wanted to make it up to you for being distant. I have planned a week-long trip for us. Your eyes light up as you listen. What, Jungkook? Is that real? He nodded, showing you the tickets he had booked for both of you. Overwhelmed with happiness, you hugged him tightly and kissed him all over, making him chuckle at your joyful reaction. Thank you so much, Jungkook. I love you so much. He smiled warmly, his eyes still glistening. I love you more than you can imagine.